Hey y'all, it's Amber Renee, and I'm back again for Living Divine. I think we've covered the opening to spirituality. So let's get into something. Let's talk about spiritual baths because a lot of times people want to take these baths and they're like, these baths will bring me things. These baths will do this for me. This bath, my spirit needs a bath, so I need to do da 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 da. All right, so I want to really just break down the history of spiritual baths, why they're important, how you should do them, and what all different types of baths there are. All right. So, if you're a spiritualist, you know there's four elements, right? You know there's earth, water, fire, and air, right? And they also correlate to our zodiac signs. So, you know, you have earth signs, you have air signs, you have fire signs, you have water signs, right? And you know that, earth is for grounding, fire, that's, little destroying with its energy as well. Air, that's like your logics, and water correlates to your emotions, right? And so, a lot of times people doubt the power of water, like especially when it comes to the signs. And I hate that when people be like, I hate when people be like, oh, water signs, they're emotional, they're weak. There's so much power in water, y'all. Like, you have to truly understand water has the power to destroy you, to cleanse you, to give you some nourishment, because you got to drink water to live, right? And water can drown you. Water can cleanse you. You take a shower, you take a bath, that's cleansing you. You got to drink some water, some nourishment to your soul. I mean, you can't drink fire. You know what I'm saying? And so water is one of our most powerful elements. Now what happens is a lot of times y'all take your bath and you take a shower and you cleanse your body, right? But when's the last time you cleansed your spirit, right? Like that's the thing to cleanse your spirit. Your spirit needs to be a little touched to your spirit, because what happens is you come in. A lot of us are empaths, and a lot of us, we come in contact with people every day and they tell us their problems, and then they owe energy on us, and then somebody else walking around mad and now their energy on us, and then somebody else doing that and now their energy on us. And our spirit just be like, sis, chill. Can we not today? Can we not? And so as a spiritualist, you have to learn to cleanse your spirit, because just as how you don't want to walk outside funky, you don't want your spirit to be the same way either. Okay. So we have baths, right? And so spiritual bath, that's been a thing for a long time now. There are many different spiritual baths. And honestly, y'all, you can buy spiritual baths from spiritualists like me, or you can make your own. Now, here's the difference. I will say that a lot of times when I make my baths for people, I pray over them. There's an intent in them. They might be charged up to wherever you need to be by charge. I mean, they're put underneath the sun or the moon to whatever you need it to be, but they're there, right? So that's the thing, okay? But you have to understand that when taking a spiritual bath, you have to use intent, right? So before we even, and there's many different baths. There's a lot of different cleansing baths. There's a lot of bringing in baths. So let me say this first and foremost. All right. So let's say it's a Friday. You're taking a bath, right? You need to first cleanse your bathroom, because you don't want your bathrooms and your kitchens are the places in your house that host the most spirits. Those are the dirtiest places in your house. They might be spotless clean, but there's so many people who kind of go in the kitchen, and also, well, you know what happens in the bathroom. So like that's why you have to cleanse the bathroom before you use it for a spiritual bath, and that's like the biggest part of it, right? So let me say this as well. When you're taking a bath, if you're taking a cleansing bath, so if you're removing something from you, you always start up and you go down, right? You always start at the top, go down, you watch down, right? If you are taking a bringing in bath, so you're bringing in love, you're bringing in money, you're trying to bring in some abundance, you're trying to bring in a new job, you start down and you bring it up, okay? So if you're removing, start at the top, go down, If you're bringing something in, you start at your feet and you bring it into you, okay? Always remember that, all right? Cool. So since we have that, so, you know, with baths, there are many herbs. Numerous herbs, okay? So a simple bath for a person like me that I do is I might do some Florida water, some Epsom salt, and some cinnamon, right? And that's or I might cinnamon or lime, just depends on how I want to feel. But Florida water, that's always going to be a good cleanser, okay? So like if you just need a fresh little cleanse, need to sparking up a little bit, cleanse with some Florida water, right? Put some Florida water, some Epsom salt, that's another cleanser as well. Use some Epsom salt. And for this, we're going to say lime, because lime is also a good way to get rid of energy too. So use some lime. Fill your bathtub up with, you know, however halfway if you want to halfway. Put some hot water in it. Sit in, like I said, take your bath prior. Take your real bath prior. And then you put all these things in it. So here's the thing. There's a lot of different ways to do this. So now some people do want the herbs to be in the bathtub with them. So by all means, if you want your herbs to be in the bathtub with you, all you got to do is put your herbs in the bathtub with you, call it a day. If you're one of those people who don't want to clean up the bathtub afterwards, what you need to do is you need to get you a pipe and get you some water, fill it like 3/4 full. Get you some lime, put it in there. If you're doing a cleanse bath, so get you some lime and put it in there. Get your Florida water, add some drops of Florida water in it too. And you can add your Epsom salt in there and just stir it up, right? And so when you get ready to take your spiritual bath, all you have to do is kind of like strain the lime and everything out from it and just pour it in the bathtub, mix it together, call it a day, right? So that's an easy way to take a spiritual bath. Your spiritual baths don't have to be forever. You know, if you're in a go, you know, your spiritual bath can be 15 minutes, but let it actually soak and touch you and be in there and like don't just jump. You know how sometimes like I know there's some people, I have siblings, so like I know there's some people who like jump in the shower for 2 minutes and just let the water hit them and get out. Like, don't do that, okay? Because this bath needs to be very intentional that we are removing things from us, and that is our intention, to remove energy from us, okay? So if that's not your intention, you know, do your spiritual bath when you have time to do it, okay? That's what I'm saying. So if you're doing a removal bath, that's how you do it. And if you don't have a bathtub, do the same. Like take you a pipe, take you a water bottle, put it on there, and just pour it over you. Like take your shower first, like you would normally take a shower, and then just pour it over you, y'all. It doesn't take a lot to do a spiritual bath, okay? And I'm gonna tell you one thing about, you know, spirituality is a trend right now. The stuff that you need, because you have to remember, our ancestors, they didn't have Target, they didn't have like Walmart, they didn't have the Dollar Tree, but they had stuff that grew at the ground, right? So a lot of the stuff that we use for our spirituality is stuff that we were brought up on. So it's not that expensive. Like you don't have to go and get, like if you're doing something, if you're going to talk about money baths, but say if you were doing a money bath and you want some Baileys, y'all, you don't have to go get the $4 Baileys. You should get you the $1 Baileys. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be over the top with stuff. Like do what your spirit is calling you to do. Now, if your spirit wants to be bougie and everything else and spend, you know, $5-10 on some Baileys, that's between you, your spirit, and your wallet and God. You got it. You got to spend it, right? But the same thing with so if you're doing a removal bath, you know, start from the top, go to the bottom, and if you're doing the shower, you would just pour it on you, whatever. To add more intent, there is a book called The Power of Psalms that a lot of us spiritualists, we swear by that book. That's always a good book to use, because when Psalms and Proverbs are, more specifically Psalm is one that's said to be one of the greatest spell books. And when you use Psalms as a way to bless your baths, you will really find out that they do more for you than what you really need to be doing. So always use a good psalm. Use a good psalm. I promise you. Use you a good psalm. Bless that bath. Bless that shower. Pour it over you. You good. All right. So let's talk about bringing baths. So we all, like, I think, you know, a lot of times we don't like to get rid of stuff because, I mean, we have a hoarder spirit. I have a hoarder spirit. You know, I like to keep things around, but, you know, I can't be trying to manifest a new man if I got the energy of the old man still on me, right? So I have to do that energy removal so I can bring in a new love, right? You were saying. So for me personally, I'm working on self-love at the moment. Like that's been my biggest thing. I've been running from self-love for the longest, and my spirit was like, girl, sit down, learn how to love yourself, and then we'll get your stuff together, right? So for me, self-love has been that girl, right? So here is one of my self-love baths, right? So this bath contains roses, chamomile, calendula, jasmine, and I think it contains a tuberosa oil over it, because tuberosa sweetening, and I really want to be sweet to myself. So for me, I take this bath every Friday on a love day during a love hour. I take it either Friday or Sunday, because those are like, Fridays are love days, Sundays are self days, so self creativity, self ego, self, things to nourish yourself. So I take these on a Friday or Saturday, right? No, Friday or Sunday. I'm sorry, Friday or Sunday, right? And so like, now I'm extra, y'all, okay? Because I like to add real flowers to my baths, and I like to soak in my bath for like 2 or 3 hours and drink some wine and have my water and like, make a good herbal smoke blend and just be in the bath, like, just living my best life, right? Okay. So you don't have to be extra like me. You can be like normal, okay? So like, say if you want to get this bath right here, you could take all these herbs and put them in the bathtub. This is enough herbs for at least 3 baths. So you can take all your herbs, put in the bathtub, and just kind of like, soak in that. Or, like I said, you can get your pot, mix all this stuff in it, and pour like 1/3 of the water into your bath. It's the same thing, okay? But the biggest thing is we're setting our intentions that we want to promote self-love for this. So we're wanting to promote self-love, all right? So we're wanting to bring self-love into us. So, it's always good to have the elements available when you are trying to manifest something. So say I'm manifesting more self-love into my life, right? So I'm gonna have me, because I'm cleansing my bathroom, I'm already gonna have me like a good incense, going on. I'm gonna have me some sage burn, and I usually do a sage burn prior, and then let the incense fill in to add sweetness. I'm gonna have me like a good vanilla or amber or rose incense burning. And then because, it's also good because I'm trying to manifest love, I'm going to have me a crystal in there that represents love. This is not my rose quartz, but I'm not for sure what this is. But this is one of my love crystals. Any crystal that's pretty much pink and green, those really have a lot to do with love, just to put that out there. But, here's another one right here. Well, here's my amber. All right, so this is my amber crystal. Amber is good for healing, and so that's something I know I need right now in my life, is a lot of healing. So I'm gonna take my amber crystal, put it on the side of my bathtub. Also, because I want fire, because fire is good too. Fire is one of our elements. I take 2 tea light candles. Now, if I'm doing a regular bath, I might use white. If I'm really trying to evoke some self-love energies, I'm gonna use pink. So all y'all remember, colors mean something in spirituality. So pink is really like a self-love. So when you get pink roses, so there's pink roses in here, right? There's pink roses in here. You can see them at the bottom. Pink roses really mean self-love. That's self-love, self-energy. That's for yourself, right? And if you were wanting to like bring in a new partner, you would use red, because red is real, like, that's passionate, that's sexual, that is that, yes, God, bring me a good man energy, okay? But right now I want to focus on some self. So I'm going to bring in my pink candles, okay? So for me, I use my pink candles. I use my white tea lights if I don't have my pink candles. I'm gonna use my crystals. So let's go over this. So the water, that's an element. I'm bathing in the water. That's one element. The fire is represented by the candles, right? My crystals can represent earth, right? Crystals come from the earth, so they can represent earth. Also, my herbs represent earth as well, so that's a thing as well, right? And then my incense that I also have, because when we do spiritual work, we do not use candles with smells, because our spirits might not like those smells. So we use a candle that doesn't have a smell. But my incense, because it's an air offering, it might have a smell to it. But also, if you don't like incense, or you're like, I want to stay away from it altogether, I don't want to use a plain incense, like, your myrrh, your frankincense, stuff like that. Get you some sage, get you some Palo Santos, let that burn while you're taking a bath, and it's going to keep the energy clear in too as well, okay? So with your love bath, you can always like sit in your tub for like 20-30 minutes. Like I said, I do self-love baths. Like I sit in the bathtub for like 3 hours. I sit in the bathtub enough to listen to like 2 albums. I'm gonna tell you that right there. So when I do my love bath, I sit there, I let the water run up, right? The water runs up, and I sit and I make sure the water gets all on me, and I'm happy, and we're all happy with self. And I recite some affirmations. So your affirmations can be some affirmations that you've created, but just to give you like a few affirmations, you can say like, I am beautiful, I love me, I am confident, I am amazing, I am strong, I am bold, I am fierce. Those are a few affirmations for like when you're trying to love yourself. So I know, self-love is the best love, but sometimes it's a hard love to work on because we live in a society where we really weren't taught to love ourselves. And I will say for me, all of my friends are on these self-love journeys, and I am so blessed to be a part of it because it's just so beautiful seeing people fall in love with themselves for the first time and be like, sis, I really am that girl, or like, like I'm really feeling myself today, or just come in, or I like even had a friend who came into, alignment that he didn't treat people the way he needed to treat them. So like, because he's loving himself harder, he's learning to apologize to people from the past. Just even like people like, that's all a part of your self-love journey, right? So then after you get to your self-love journey, of course we all love some money, okay? Who don't love some money, right? So we have like this is a money bath, right? So I'm going to give y'all a few tricks on money too, how to manifest money. So the same way, if you don't want to bathe in these herbs, you can always put them in a pot, let it brew, let it stir, put in your bathtub. Always remember to wash up, okay? Wash up, and I'm gonna tell y'all to do these baths when you finish with them. But always remember to wash up, okay? Because we're bringing the blessings into you, okay? So to attract money into your life, I'm gonna tell y'all little things that I do, right? So I have a money mantra, right? And it goes, money, money, come to me. What I spend comes back times 3. I live abundantly. Money, money, come to me. I'm gonna say it one more time. Money, money, come to me. What I spend comes back times 3. I live abundantly. Money, money, come to me. One more time. Money, money, come to me. What I spend comes back times 3. I live abundantly. Money, money, come to me. Right. So like when you're spending money, say something like that. I promise you your money gonna be coming to you like full throttle, right? So this is the thing, right? Also, keep you a jar of alfalfa in your home. Alfalfa is in this bag. Alfalfa is really good for attracting money, okay? So like get you some alfalfa, okay? That's really good. And keep it in a jar, keep it in your kitchen or something like that. Now I will say for me, I do put rose petals and alfalfa on my floor when I clean up. So after I vacuum, I put alfalfa because I want the energy to be, everywhere around me. I might sleep with it underneath my pillow sometimes. Also keep you a loaf of bread in your house too, because bread is grain and grain is abundance, and grain represents abundance. So keep you a loaf of bread in your pantry or something like that. I always keep a loaf of bread in my pantry. Don't even eat bread, but I keep it in my pantry. And it can just be some white bread. I really prefer for you to get like some grain, some wheat bread. But keep you a loaf of bread in your pantry, and that's the way to keep some money flowing to you, okay? So, is there any other money tips I can give? Oh, pyrite. So if you for crystals, get you some pyrite. That's really good. Some Hyjun root, and put some like, some money oil on it, and keep that in you. Put that in your purse. Ladies, do not put your purse on the floor, okay? Do not put your purse on the floor. That's not where your purse belongs, because when you are putting your purse on the floor, you let your money go out, okay? Don't put no purse on the floor. Now, there are some spiritualists, they might put some cloves and some cinnamon. Cloves, C-L-O-V-S, y'all in the country, I'm from Memphis, so some cloves and some cinnamon in their purse, in their wallet, to keep the money coming in, So those are just some simple money things, a way to manifest money. No way it's the wrong way, but it has to all do about your intention. So Just don't be walking around saying I'm broke. Don't do that, because if you say I'm broke, the universe gonna believe you broke. So don't do that. Say I'm abundant. What I spend comes back times 3. I live abundantly. I am abundant. Abundance is my birthright. Okay, that's how we manifest moolah. Okay, so once you're doing all this manifesting, you want to do your bath. So like I said, in this bath, I have a alpha, which is a great money herb. I also added rose petals to this because, I mean, you can make money, but like, would you prefer to make money doing something that you want to do and that you love to do, or would you prefer to make money just making money? Because you can make $200,000 doing something you don't like to do and still be unhappy. So I add rose petals because I want to love what I do. Okay, I want to be passionate about what I do. I want to have fun. I want to be able to say I love my job. Now, whatever that job may be, that I'm a publicist, a spiritualist, but I want to be able to say I love my job. So I add some rose petals in here too as well. Also, bay leaves. If you know the bay leaves. I'm gonna tell you. So bay leaves are really good for manifesting. They're really good for manifesting money as well. Bay leaves. You can even do money work by bay leaves. You can do manifesting work by bay leaves by just writing what you want on a bay leaf and letting it burn. But in my money baths, I add bay leaves because bay leaves, they really are that girl. And also cinnamon. Cinnamon does 2 things. Cinnamon speeds things up, but cinnamon is also really good for prosperity. So you can get you some cinnamon sticks or some cinnamon powder. Cinnamon sticks are a little bit easier to use. Cinnamon powder, it's kind of messy, but do what you prefer. Or you can always buy a bath from me, and it's gonna be already grinded up fine, so you wouldn't have to worry about it anyway. But if you want to do cinnamon, get you some cinnamon sticks. Or, you can get you some cinnamon powder, but that's also very good for money. Again, some people do like sprinkle cinnamon in their purse to keep money flowing in. So those are just a few ways. So, but baths are not just used for money and for love. Sometimes we have blockages, and you got to take a bath to remove some blockages. Sometimes we might need to speak on something, right? And we need some strength. Some inner strength to speak on it, right? Sometimes we might be trying to manifest a job, right? And we need some kind of success to come in. So we need everything successful to, to get us going, right? Sometimes you might have a legal case and you might need, something to surround that legal case. Or, you might be a reader like me and you just taking a salt bath ain't it? Because when I do readings, I am drained, okay? Not drained. Deranged, okay? Not tired. I'm tired, okay? Like the old folks say, I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. So when I do readings, I'm tired. So I have to take a different kind of bath that has a little bit more properties in it, okay? So I always tell people, get you a good herbal book and really learn your herbs, because there is power in the herbs. And let me also tell you this too. Give you a little tip. When you pray over your herbs, so for example, when I do my baths, if say for example, I'm using alpha, I'm gonna be like, may this alpha be used to bring in fortune. May this alpha be used to, keep my business going. May this alpha be used to, double my income, right? So if I'm doing rose petals, I'm like, make these rose petals, provide me with, help me to align with my passions. May these rose petals, help me love what I do. May these rose petals make me sweet, make my heart sweet. May it stick to my work. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really do everything with intent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, just don't throw a whole bunch of herbs in the bathtub and sit in them, because at the end of the day, you did so much, you really didn't do nothing, okay? So always use intent when you're doing stuff, because when you use intent, you telling the universe what you want. But also, always remember, you can manifest all day. You can pray all day. And you can have the best spell book that is known to man. But if you are not living to your true self And if you are not believing in what you're doing, that does not matter, okay? So if you're not like living, so if you're saying I manifest money, but you over there worried about your bank account, you're not manifesting. So I always tell people, and I'm talking to myself too, when you manifest, detach from it, okay? So if you are taking like a love bath, so I'm gonna give y'all, so I know a lot of people like to attract love to their life. So if you're trying to attract a man or attract a woman, get you some Come oil, get you some red rose petals. So the red rose petals will be for passion, for love. Get you some jasmine flowers, because jasmine is really the plant of love. So get you some jasmine flowers. Get you some hibiscus for that, you know, that energy. It's gonna be like a very, so it can be like a passionate, sexual, intimate kind of love. So you know, we like to have fun in our love life too, right? So get you some hibiscus, add that to that too. So I said, Come to Me oil, rose petals, red rose petals, right? Red rose petals for love, for passionate love. Pink is for self love. Jasmine flowers. Also get you some, what's good it was, say hibiscus. Let's see, what's I love calendula. Calendula is my girl. Like calendula, that is the girl for me. I love her. I love her when I'm doing money work. I love her when I'm doing love work. Calendula promotes happiness. So you know, you don't want to be in a passionate relationship but you're not happy, okay? So make sure you add some calendula in there so you can have some happiness into it too. So when you really learn what your herbs are for, you can kind of like make what you need to make from them. You know what I'm saying? So like if you want to need a crown of success bath, you know, if you're trying to take a test, you might want to do, you know, you might want to incorporate some orange peels into your bath somehow. You know what I'm saying? They do have orange peels they do have dried orange peels at a lot of herbal stores, a lot of botanica. So not like you're having to go peel some oranges and, you know, do all that fun stuff, because it takes a lot of stuff by itself too. But and always you can add to your bath. Like for me, I always I buy myself flowers every 2 weeks, and I put my flowers in my baths because I want to have a spirit of a flower. I want to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And flowers represent happiness and love for me. So you can always put things that represent, but also remember your candlelight should kind of reflect what you're trying to do too. So if you're trying to manifest some money, you know, get you some green tea light candles, or get you some white. I always remember white is the universal color. So get you some white tea light candles that can be used for anything. But if you're trying to get like real intentional, like this is mine, get you some green tea light candles. Also, let me add this in here too. Planetary days, okay? Those are things. So like if you're trying to manifest some money, I will probably do a love bath on a third. I mean, if you're trying to manifest some money, I would probably do a money bath on a Thursday, right? Because Thursday are the days of expansion, because it's ruled by Jupiter. And so you want your money to expand. You want your money to belong. So you got to expand, right? If you're trying to manifest some self-love, some love, do it on Friday, because you're wanting to love more. Friday is ruled by Venus, which is our love day. I'm saying if you're trying to like tap into your success, you're trying to tap into your creativity, trying to tap into your confidence, do some work on Sundays. It's always better to do work, positive work in the morning if you can, or like the universal time is 3 a.m. 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. So if you're trying to just do some work, it really gets you some work done between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. That's really the best time to take your bath. But I mean, ain't everybody waking up at 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. to take a bath. So, like, if you can in the morning, you know, that's great too. But if not, you can always do it at night. But, I mean, those are just some tips. But it is, you know, seen as better. And I hate to say that, but, like, some spiritualists would prefer for you to do, like, manifesting and bringing in baths in the morning, because that's when the sun is out and that's when it's able to take more. Well, I'm not going to say it's able to take more, but that's when the sun is out and that's when energy is a bit lighter, whereas, you know, you usually tend to do darker work at night, you know. But your heart knows what you're trying to do. Your spirit guides, they got you. Your angels got you, and most importantly, God got you. So, you know, whatever works for you and your schedule and works for your alignment of your heart, you do. So again, like always, if y'all have any questions, you know, leave them in the comments. Always email me. Always feel free to reach out anyway, and I'll get back to them as the best way I can. But I hope you guys learned a little about baths. I hope we learned a little bit about self-love bath, money bath, you know, the history of baths. So I hope y'all know about water and baths, and I hope that you guys do incorporate this into your daily life because it will change your life. All right. Thank you guys.